What is going on, guys? You know what it is. Greatest podcast in the world. True story. And we're going to get to it tonight with the one and only 5-star Flash. So let's get fucking started. Break it down like this. And I was like, really? Like, babyface? And the heels were going on. Dude, I thought he broke his neck. The greatest podcast in the world. What's going on, guys? Greatest podcast in the world, true story. And tonight, I'm here with the promoter of Future Wrestling Australia, Mr. 5-star Flash. Fivey, what is good, brother? Welcome back to the show.
Hello, good to be back.
It's good to have you back, man. It's good to have you back. There's been a lot of stuff going on in Australian wrestling, I feel like the last week or last couple of weeks, really. And, you know, FWA, has been around for a few years now. And some of the fans that we've started to see have gone online and started to call out, there's been cancellations of shows. There's been a lot that the fans have had to say, and also some people in the industry as well. We're going to get into that and a lot more as well, Fivey. But I just wanted to open it up. And the first question is, like, there has been quite a few cancellation of shows and reschedule of shows. Can you tell me what has been the actual breakdown of that and the reason why that has been?
Just lately I've had problems with work at the moment with cash wise, stuff like that. So yeah, I want do a show, then all of a sudden I have the money to do it, and I don't want to risk not paying wrestlers, etc. So I would either go into it, have the money ready for it, and not having problems going into the show.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's one thing, like, you sent me some screenshots that you were quite upset with some of the stuff that fans were saying. What was it that's got you so upset and fired up about what they've been saying?
Because they don't know the full story of what's going on with my life at the moment. Like, they just assume stuff, what's going on, but they don't know the full story. Like, I'm since last year, I've been having with work, all kind of stuff. So, money's been being a problem lately. So, that's why, but you don't know the full story of what's going on.
Sure. I mean, well, I feel like the fans only know what gets put out there, and personal business. I don't think any promoter is going to put out a personal business and go, the reason why I'm not running a show is because financially I can't do it. It's just the show's rescheduled. It is what it is. Tickets weren't being sold enough. There's been people in the industry that have said stuff as well. And I feel like when you're looking at things on surface level, it's easy to make that assumption, and it's easy to sort of to make that call. Do you feel like you've been unfairly treated?
Yeah, I do. Like, you haven't given me a chance to say anything, or you just put out assumptions. This person said this person said that. Like, you don't know the truth from me. Like,
So, well, getting into the truth of it, there was 2 shows scheduled for March. They got rescheduled. FWA announced last year that you were going to cease operation. Then it was, we're going to move to Melbourne.
Yep.
Where is your business at?
At the moment, I'm doing pretty good now. So May is definite. May is going to definitely happen with no cancellations going forward. Hopefully, as long as work keeps going for me, I'll be fine going forward.
Sure. Do you feel that you as a promoter and as a performer that you do get unfairly treated? Do you feel like there is a bit of people that are quick to throw shade on you?
Yeah, there is, and I feel it's just stuff like in the past that's happened to me, that they keep throwing stuff at me and they don't think they can see improvement. There is an improvement for me to I've learned from my mistakes, what I've done in the past. I've made sure I don't do them ever again.
Sure. I mean, one of the things that comes into play, and one of the things that it does get talked about, and to me, honestly, like, I've been places and I've said on this podcast before, and that I've seen people, and I've checked a couple of people that have spoken poorly about you in a way which, I felt was in a way disrespectful. And, like, say what you will about you as a performer, as a promoter, whatever. But to say the things that I've heard said about you, I feel are unfair because I don't feel like you are a threat to anybody. I don't feel like you have you're malicious in any way. Like I feel like you're harmless in a lot of ways, but I feel like you are the one person that does cop a lot of flack.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I feel.
Why is that though? Like what is it about you that sort of gets people sort of feeling the need to talk shit?
I don't know. They just do it on their own. Like they feel like they have to attack someone like me because I'm not because I've not booked a lot in other shows and whatnot. I just do FWA majority of the time,
Mm.
and like no one sees me as as a great wrestler in Australia at the moment. They just see me as 5 year that runs FWA.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm more than that.
I feel like there is, and I feel like FWA, that is a one man operation, and we've had talks in the past, and I feel like, like the way that FWA shows are booked are sometimes a little like you have good performers on your shows. Like
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a show where you haven't had like top level talent performing on the show from bell to bell. Do you feel booking is an area that you can improve?
Oh, most definitely. Like, I've always when I watch Australian shows like MCW, PWA, etc.
Mm.
I take a little bit from what they're doing and put it into FDWA and do my little spin on it. And I watch all the wrestlers of Australia. I watch every single wrestler of Australia, and just see who's good to bring in. Help build my company a little more.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you do you feel like you do get taken for a ride a little bit with FWA, like from certain performers?
Yeah. Yes and no.
Okay. Yes and no. Like, can you explain that in a little bit more detail?
Well, there are some wrestlers that have been have fucked around with me before in the past.
Mm.
I won't say names to specific,
Sure.
but yeah, they'll say one thing, and then they'll say another thing, and then they bullshit behind my back,
Mm.
and like anyone that bullshit behind my back about FDOA or me in general, there's the door. See, I don't want to deal with your shit.
Yeah. Well, that's where like I feel like you and I have always had like honest conversations, and I feel like anything I've ever said about you, I've always said to your face, because that's just how I am. You know what I mean? Like if I've questioned your booking before, and I've said I don't think this makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've been that direct, and I have never gone around and publicly shit on you, but I have said, I have gone to you, and I have had some pretty honest conversations. I know a couple of other people have as well. So it's one thing, but like, do you feel like with FWA going into Melbourne, do you feel like the international, like, is there going to be a focus more on the Australian talent and bringing in less internationals to also reduce costs down as well?
It'll be a bit of both because there's a lot since I made the announcement of going to send FDOA to Melbourne. All Melbourne talent have come up to me asking, "Can you booking? Can you booking? Can you booking?" Like, I'll definitely give you booking, but I want to bring everyone from Melbourne all at once. I want to
Yeah.
slowly bring everyone in because I bring everyone in from Melbourne, it'll be like I feel like be like a clusterfuck.
Mm.
And I don't want that. Like I want to keep it the same roster, but at the same time I'll slowly bring more new talent from Melbourne in going forward.
Yeah. I mean, what is it like with the internationals? Because like I feel like Dural, like the venue that you ran for quite a while, nice looking venue, but location of it is difficult for people to get to.
Yeah.
What has been the strategies of you trying to change to try and draw more to get more people into it? Was it changing the venue?
Yeah, I'm changing the venue because I've got the two new venues I've got at the moment is one in St Mary's in Sydney.
Yep.
They'll be run like once a year, give or take.
Yeah.
And then Melbourne, I've gone down to what's the location? Melton,
Mhm.
and I've been to Relentless gym show that once before, and they get good crowds there, really good crowds.
Yeah. So you're hoping, like, because I feel like for FWA for the main part has been more of a passion project for you. Is that the case?
It has been, yes, it has been, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like, I'll be honest, I'll be truthful here, as I always have been
Of
to
course,
you, mate.
of course.
Like I feel there's certain things that, with you get something in your mind of what you want to do. And it's like, it's almost like you have tunnel vision. There's no, this is how it's got to be. This is where we need to get to. This is what I want. And I feel like in wrestling, there's always going to be these shades of gray. Like it's not always going to be black and white. Is that a correct assumption? Like, am I wrong? Like, tell me, like, what do you?
When it comes to bookings, I have my own idea what I want to do. But if there's a wrestler in my roster that wants to give me an idea, give it to me. Give me an
Sure.
idea. Even when you give me ideas, I'll listen to you. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you, yeah, it sounds good, we'll go with it. Or, no, I don't want to do that. So I have my own ideas, but at the same time, I listen to my wrestlers, to the fans, everybody. Any ideas that come to me, I'll give my honest answer about it, and I'll go with it or not. Simple as that.
Sure. What did what did you feel like last year after the FWA show when the Rumble show when you I think that's when you won the title at the Rumble show.
Yes. Yeah.
When you won that title, you then went and posted online and you took digs at TNT, Sammy Russo, Phil Picasso. Why was that? What's the beef between you and those three gentlemen?
Right. So I'll start with TNT. Now, I can't remember when it was for life of me, but I went down to the AWF dojo a while back, and he asked me, do a promo and do a match after promo. Yep, no worries, done. Now, I can't remember what the promo was for life. I can't remember what it was, but he asked me why I'm doing this. I'm like, it's a mic, but there's no mic in your hand though. It's imaginary TNT. Like, what the fuck? And like, I don't know if he was fucking around with me or being serious or what. I don't know. So I'm just like, he's like, because he didn't mention anything about the promo, just talking about why you're doing this. I'm like, it's a mic. Like, the idea in my head, like, I'm in a wrestling ring and there's a big giant crowd around me. Now, how the fuck are they gonna hear me? There's a mic in my hand. And he just didn't have an answer for me.
So you did the promo standing there like this with no mic in your hand in front of a room full of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not having a mic, bro, that's on the promoter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but something like, and there's an imaginary one, like, I see like NXT tryouts, they had a mic, fair enough, but still there's an imaginary one. So like, so they got a crowd in front of you, so they can hear you. If I had no mic in my if I had no mic in my hands, how are they gonna hear me? It's on straight top of my lungs,
So
even,
okay.
So even I was looking at weird, and all the trainees looking at TNT too, like, why are you giving Anthony shit? Like he's. So I wasn't the only one looking like fucking weird, like you being serious or you being you being a cunt.
And what about the other two?
Psychotic. Look, I didn't have a problem with him. Didn't have a problem with him at first. Nice guy. Getting a few bookings on AWA here and there. But then when I saw his bookings, I think it was like 2 or 3 times he faced Chavo Guerrero Jr. And that annoyed me. Like facing him once, that's fine. No worries. Gave you a little match, win or lose, doesn't matter. All good. We all want to face Chavo Guerrero Jr. I get that. But facing 3 times in a row, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. Because you got guys like Hunter Hulk, who was champion at that time. Where's his match with Chavo Guerrero Jr.? Where's Vinny Vaine's match with Chavo Guerrero Jr.? Yeah, you got Charlie Hoss, but I just feel that's a little letdown from Chavo Guerrero, where you get him like 3 times in a row, you kind of feel like, like, what the fuck? And then you give it to someone that hardly works in your company, Kingston Eclipse, Chavo Guerrero Jr., and like, what about Vinny? What about Hunter Hulk? What about all the guys that bust their asses on your roster, and yet you don't give them that. You just give it to someone that hardly works your shows.
I mean, well, as a booker, you've got to book the most entertaining match out there. Like,
Yeah,
I never heard of this guy, so I've never seen him work,
Yeah.
so I don't know. But like, was he the more experienced, talented performer on the show?
Probably the same as all the rest of the roster, but at the same time, Kingston's not highly on that company. You got Vinny busting his ass in that company, Hudson Hub busting their ass, a lot of other guys busting their ass on that company. Like, where's their opportunity?
Mm.
You bring
So
someone in that,
you kind of felt slighted.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about Phil?
Phil. So, again, never a problem with him. I always had him, a few shows I worked with him backstage, never a problem with him. Nice guy. But I just feel when he first started running his company, and his first show, he becomes champion on his first show.
He's not the first. He's not the first promoter to do it.
Yeah, I know, but just him, doing the same pattern as like other promoters have, that annoys shit out of me. I thought him being a veteran in the business would know better.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like any time that a promoter puts a belt on themselves, they're always going to be looked at. They're just putting themselves over and stuff like that. And I feel like most promoters do put themselves over.
Yeah, they do. But look, when I became champion in my company, it took like 6 years to happen. Yeah. I didn't do it show day one. In show day one, I wasn't in wrestling on the first show, FWA. I waited to the fifth show to start wrestling. But even though it was against a Hurricane, I didn't see a belt on my fucking waist when I first started. So that's why I didn't, because I knew in the past TNT, Psychotic, they all won championships pretty much. First second show they had pretty much nearly. I didn't want to first. I made sure I didn't make the same mistake, because I knew if I did that, I would fall into their pattern. I didn't want to do that.
I mean, do you feel like that when you did put the belt on yourself that you were the best possible option at the time?
Nah, like I could have kept the belt on Jordan, that he was, because once he cashed in his Road to Glory, he was champion. He could have held it for a little longer as well. But I felt like the story I was building up for myself, I faced all these top Australian wrestlers leading up to it. Then I faced the internationals as well. That's the story I was going head towards. This is when I become champion right now. It happened. Not the way I planned it.
Sure.
But that's wrestling. Things change sometimes here and there.
What had you actually planned?
So the idea was for me to win the Rumble, get number one contenders match, and then I think the idea was me to face Fudge 1-on-1, and then Sal wins against Fudge.
Right.
So
Fudge abandoned it, forfeited the title.
Yeah, and then with change a few things, meant to put the title online the Rumble. So, yeah.
Do you feel that that you did cop some backlash when you did do that?
No, actually, no. Not a lot that I thought would, actually.
You thought you would have got more backlash than what it was?
I thought I would have, but no, it wasn't that much. It was more so a positive outcome than what I thought it would. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, look, as I said, it's whenever a promoter decides to put themselves over for the top belt or any belt for that matter, there's always going to be people that call it into line and into question. Just to go back a bit, when we're talking, you did send me screenshots of what fans were saying about FWA and canceling shows. And I feel like and this is like, I'm just trying to, say, like, you have to have some thicker skin, bro. Like, with a lot of stuff that goes on, like if you can't handle criticism from fans, which are the consumers and the paying customers, that's feedback. And that's stuff where like you've got to take it on board and you look at it from a different view of going, okay, no worries. I have to make sure that the next show that I announce, I am 100% able to commit to this show, because it's like any promotion, you know what I mean? Like if they start canceling shows or and stuff like that consistently, the fan base is going to drop off.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like FWA, when I started with FWA, the fan base was here and it's slowly gotten to about here now. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's not the most sold out show. It's not the most packed house. But it has been improvements over that time.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can, you know, I wouldn't want to see your business be affected and losing that. You know, you even looked at doing a joint venture with All Star last year, and you were bringing in a handful of talent from FWA and some internationals. What happened there, and where did it all go pear shaped? And firstly, like, how did that partnership come to be?
So I started like I started, watching All Star Wrestling a little bit, here and there when I came up with the idea. And I rang up Keegan. Me and him have had, problems in the past or whatnot. We made up a little bit. So I rang him up because he helped out Mitch, All Star Wrestling, bookings and whatnot. Rang up with the idea. And we all three of us talked and we thought, you know what? Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's give it a try. So as time went on, we started playing the cards for both shows, and I swear to God, Mitch and Keegan cannot book for shit.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Actually, I was a three-way call with them. Now, anything I want to do in a $5 RSL on my show, they were fine with. Do what the hell you want. Go nuts. But when it comes to Pasto, they have fucking rules. Yeah, sure, you can have rules, that's fine, but these rules they were throwing at me like...
What kind of rules?
So, one, they won't do intergender matches. None. No mixed tags, nothing. I'm like, okay, all right, fair enough. If anything like that you want to do it on your show. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. Because I want to do like a women's and a men's like battle royale kind of match, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I was gonna put that on the Pasto show, and Keegan went straight away. No, we're not doing that on the Pasto show. I'm like, why? It's on the Pasto rule book. I went, what?
Pasto rule book?
Yeah, he actually called it that. I'm like, oh, go and get fucked, Keegan. Seriously. And then there was and when it came to the internationals, they didn't, because we had 3 international girls coming down, right? So I was gonna do 3 girl matches on my show, and I want to do 3 girl matches on the Pasto show as well. So you want to give Jasmine, a match with the national, that's fine, I get it. But the other 2 internationals, you want to throw them into a 5-way match with 3 other girls.
Who are the internationals?
It was Miller Moore. Who else? Miller Moore. Okay, all the girls I'm about to say, they're all like indie kind of girls. They play one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was Miller Moore. Who else? Trying to think of a life, man. I can't remember them.
So he wanted to put them in a 5-way match,
yeah, pretty much. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, give some some of the girls the opportunity to have like one-on-one match, like even in a 3-way. That's fine,
Yeah.
But I don't throw all into like a 5-way match. Like, what the fuck? That's too much. or you can do like what 2 or 3 moves and then it's done. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No. So I was like, I thought at that point I feel like saying fuck this because these guys don't know what they're fucking talking about. They don't know how to book a show. I was begging for a gun to their fucking head because this is how bad it was.
Really?
Yeah, like he wanted because what I could see from all like the whole cards and whatnot, he wanted like all the internationals to lose. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? These fans are paying good money, and from the sounds of what you're telling me, you want all the internationals to lose. Like, what the fuck?
Was it to put over his talent?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm like, you don't do that. At that point, I thought I just fucking hit the phone. What? No, fuck this. I'm done with the deal.
Mm. I mean, look, you can definitely like their booking comes into question. Like, my history with them has been very well documented, and I don't really want to go down that road. But look, I feel like their booking is questionable, and your booking is questionable as well. Like, I feel like that whole thing needed someone who had probably an external party from FWA and All Star to come in and really sort of put that together, going, right, we're going to do this, we're going to blah, blah, but have someone who was external from it that could come in and go, right, this is how it's going to be, and basically book the shows for you. Because I feel like that would be like, it was almost like you'd have someone like an agreed third party to come and do it from both ends.
If I did want to bring someone in, they wouldn't. Kagan and Mitch probably wouldn't let me do that. They wouldn't let me. Even if I wanted to bring someone in, they wouldn't let me do that.
I mean, well, what's Keegan to that business though? Like, isn't he just a wrestler or?
No, he helps Mitch booking. So Mitch is pretty much the money guy. Keegan's the booker.
Yeah, right. Okay. Interesting.
And Keegan tried to do the same thing with me with FDOA when I first started FDOA. And when he did that, he had no idea what he was doing. Absolutely nothing. So I kicked him out straight away before it got any worse. And what he tried to do with me, he's doing with Mitch right now. So if I kept him in FWA, I'll be fucked right now. I can see FWA not running anymore at this stage. No past 6 years. I reckon Keegan would ran it down into the dirt.
Why is that?
Because he put himself over a lot. Like yesterday, it had a show, and he's the number one contender for the title now against Atlanta Jordan. And that's all him. That's not Mitch. That's all Keegan's bookings right there. He's putting himself over.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard a lot of stories about him. And look, I'll be honest, man, the conversations I've had with Keegan, I haven't never had a problem. But I have heard a lot of not very flattery things about him. You know what I mean? And you kind of look at it where it's like All Star and Go are the only two places he works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's worked other places, but no one wants him there. You know what I mean? Like IWA don't want him there. FWA don't want him there. PWA don't want him there. MCW, like there's obviously a pattern there.
It's what he does. Like he works somewhere, and then you get a fucking ego saying, "Oh, I deserve this. I deserve that. I deserve this." Keegan, fucking be humble where the fuck you are. Don't start fucking that point fingers. I want this. I want that. That be humbled. When you've done a bit in the company, all right, you can start pointing out things you want here and there. But until then, that's promoters call when they feel ready. Don't fucking tell them what to do.
Right. So you feel like he tries to bully his way into situations?
Pretty much, yeah, he does. He does.
Right. And what happens if he doesn't get his way?
He just fucking goes on a rant, just argues. That's why the deal actually broke off between me and All Stars, because Keegan opened his big mouth, saying I can't remember what he was booked to do on both shows, but then he changed his mind, saying, "Oh, I want this, I want that." I'm like, no, Keegan, you're not getting that. And me and Mitch had a big argument, and then me and Keegan had a big argument. I thought, you know what? fuck this. I'm done. This deal's over. We're done.
I mean, that like I scratched my head and I wondered because it was like I saw you were bringing the internationals, you were bringing Fight TV, and they were bringing Padstow RSL. Like I feel like as far as like a financial cost or financial loss here, you were the one who was going to be the one bearing most of the cost of the shows.
I pretty much was. Yeah, I was. Yeah. And
So what were they bringing to the table?
Just Padstow, really. That's it. And just more extra money on the fans of what they could draw Padstow.
Right. And do you think it would have made money, those shows?
With the talent we're born in, with talent we're going to bring in at both shows, I reckon would have.
Mm.
I reckon more so my show would have made money. Padstow's maybe not as much, but enough.
How much, like, with FWA and with booking, right? What has been your most profitable show? Like, have you turned a profit on any show?
Yes, that would be the Toledo show.
Okay.
I made
that
at
was,
least.
Okay, yeah. That was one with the three-way? With
Vinny Toledo and Parker Thomas.
Yep. I remember the one.
That actually made more money than the Hurricane show.
As far as ticket sales, or
ticket sales, I think I got 100 some fans at that Toledo show. I'm sure I made on Fight TV. I'm sure I made about $2,000 on Fight TV.
$2,000 on Fight TV, really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
There's a lot of buy-ins in that day.
Yeah. Right. Do you feel like, people do watch your product? Like, I feel like people sometimes watch Well, I know certain people watch FWA to have a laugh, to throw shade. And it's something that I don't get. Like, I've never got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I look at it as like, is your life that sad? Like, this is what you've got to come to? You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, what's your take on that?
I feel like a lot of people, do watch it and whatnot. Because I've seen even on YouTube, some of our shows on YouTube, and there's even one match in particular that's on I think it's on 50K at the moment. The tag match between Tessa Blanchard and Tali versus Xena and Van Summers, that's on 50K at the moment.
Oh, that's on 50,000 views at the moment.
Yeah, that one match on its own. So I know there's a lot of people, internationally wise and here in Australia that are watching our products.
Mm. Where do you think you could improve FWA? Like, what's the one area you think that can do better in?
I would say getting better stage, better because moment it's wrestling ring, what's at the venue, that's it. I feel I need to get some some lights, freaking just make it look like an actual proper show than what it is at the moment.
Yeah. Do you feel like, I mean, do you feel like going on Fight TV was a bit premature?
No, I think Fight TV. Because before we were on Sportflix, and Sportflix that was horrible. That was shit. I was making no money. I was making no money on that whatsoever. So, try and get on Fight TV or even what's called IWTV. What's called
IWTV. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to get one of those two, programs. That's what I want. That's what I always wanted. Doesn't matter which one it was. That's what I wanted. So Fight TV, when they gave me, okay, let's do this, I was happy and all,
Yeah. I mean, look, what with the company, and what you've been able to do, and sort of going back and forth here, we're sort of jumping around, but the All-Star thing that sort of fell out, there was a bit of back and forth on social media, and you and Birdman have had these things on social media as well. And I kind of feel like you're kind of in your own here in a lot of cases as well. Does it affect you mentally what people say about you?
It does, but and look, a lot of stuff that's happening at the moment. I kind of do want to walk away from wrestling. I part of me does want to walk away, but I know how long like the amount of time I've been in this business. I know that doing this business, you're gonna cop a lot of shit. Doesn't matter who it's from, you're gonna cop a lot of shit. It's a matter of can you take it or can you not take it? I can take it. I've been through bad shit before when I first started the business. I was getting pushed. I was getting pushed around, bullied. By my own trainer, I was getting bullied.
J Law?
No, this is in Perth. The Shark, Andrew Carter.
Okay, right.
The
Shark, Andrew Carter. Andrew Carter sounds familiar.
He was trained by Lance Storm.
Okay.
He was look. He taught me enough, but at the same time, behind my back, he was a bully. Treated me like shit, and everything he did to me, I walked away from wrestling for like 10 months. I didn't think I'd ever come back. It's only until I thought after WrestleMania 29, I went there. Let's give this one last go. Doesn't matter what people throw at me, just take it and keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully, people will just shut them out eventually, and
What's your goals in wrestling?
At the moment, try and wrestle in Melbourne, and hopefully one day go overseas and live the dream. Being whether it's WWE, AEW, TNA, doesn't matter.
Do you think you're ready to go to a WWE or an AEW at the moment? Do you think like you could go there and be on NXT TV tomorrow?
I don't think tomorrow, but I feel like if I can go overseas first and do a few indie shows here and there, build myself up a little bit, then I'll be ready.
Right. Do you think skill wise, in ring wise, that you're on the level?
Not at the moment, no. I've been on and off shows, here and there. I've been taking like long periods of time to get back on a show again. So skill level, I feel like I need to get back up to scratch before I can go, before I can do international stuff.
Is doing more training something as part of something that you'll be looking at once the Melbourne move happens?
Yes, yeah, definitely, most definitely. I'll be looking at going to. I want to go to Relentless School of Pro Wrestling and learn from JXT. Yeah.
JXT is a great mind for the business.
He is definitely. He is.
Great mind, great trainer, and great human being. I can't put over the guy enough. The bullying and stuff that you were going back to what you experienced in Perth. So originally from Perth.
Yeah.
Okay. So originally from Perth, you're the Shark who was bullying you. What was he actually doing?
So, word got around that I had a big crush on Mickey James.
Mm.
So what he does, he makes
don't we all?
Yeah, don't we all? Yeah. So what he does, he makes a fake Facebook account of Mickey James and tries with Mickey James through the fake account.
Yeah.
Making me think it's her.
Did you think it was her?
The way the stuff he was saying, I was like 50-50. Like, what the fuck's going on here? So I wasn't on my mind. I wasn't 100% sure.
Right.
I wasn't. It wasn't until later on one of the wrestlers in that company told me it's the Shark playing a prank on you. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this guy's training me. This guy's training me for fuck's sake, and he does this.
I mean, but in wrestling, there's ribs. Like,
yeah, this wasn't a fucking rib. He actually meant to do this.
Yeah, but everyone's meant to do a rib. Like, you know what I
No,
mean?
no, 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 no. That's not, I'm saying this wasn't a rib. He was meant to actually do this
Right,
just to piss me off.
right. So it was done to try and upset you and get under your
Yeah, pretty
skin.
much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was.
All right. And how did you address it with him?
I do remember saying, I do remember like sending a big giant message to him and whatnot. I can't remember what it was for the life of me.
Mm.
And he didn't respond back. Didn't say anything. He just didn't say anything. Didn't say a fucking word about it. He just left it on red. I'm like, you fucking cunt. So after that, I left Perth. Like, I was done with that company. It was All Action Wrestling. I was done with it. So it wasn't just that too. Like there was a few other wrestlers that bullied me as well. I was one incident. We were taking the ring out of the truck, and then one of the bigger wrestlers. This guy was like 6 foot, I don't know, 2, something like that.
Yeah.
He picked me on his shoulder, threw me in the truck, closed it on me, left me in it for like good 20 minutes. Just a little joke around. I didn't see it as a joke. I thought this guy fucking bullied. This guy's fucking pushed me around. I'm not bad enough. So eventually, they let it open. Mm-hmm. Here I come. I fall on jumping a 6'2" motherfucker, punching the shit out of him, whatnot.
Damn.
I didn't care how big it was. I didn't give a shit. This guy fucking bullying around. I'm not having this shit. So eventually, he goes to hold me, throws me down like nothing
on the concrete.
Oh, grass / concrete.
Yeah.
Throws me down on it. Starts punching shit out of me. I'm starting punching shit out of him. Eventually, some guys come out, broke us apart, whatnot.
Yeah.
But this 6 foot guy was like pissed off. I'm like, well, I don't give a shit how pissed off you are. You just threw me back like a truck and left me with like 20 minutes.
What was his response to that afterwards?
He was still pissed off. He's just then one of the wrestlers, calmed down a little bit and eventually came back and said, look, I'm sorry. Whether we both apologized to each other for the punches and whatnot. I was like, yeah, right. My surprise.
Is that guy still in the business?
No, he's not.
Damn, bro. That's fucking nuts.
And he was a rookie. He was a rookie as well. So I don't know why he just all of a sudden did that to me.
Has this happened often to you in the business where you just get pushed around?
For a good 3 years in Perth, yeah, it happened to me a lot, yeah. After that, it didn't happen. But yeah, for a good 3 years, first side of my career, yeah, it happened.
Damn, bro, that's fucking harsh, man. And I feel like now with a lot of things, everyone's a bit more, I think, socially acceptable and on that level as well. But even then, even today, it's nasty comments and stuff like that. It's not needed,
No, it's not needed. No, it's not at all.
To be honest, I feel like you get a rough go sometimes, man, because I feel like as a person, you're a nice guy, a little bit naive maybe, but it's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? I don't think you would intentionally fuck someone over or harm someone. That's just my way, and I feel like that's why I've defended you at the times where I've seen that, because I felt like you have been pushed. I don't know, man. I don't like that behavior, bro. I don't like bullies and I don't like behavior, bro. It's not cool. Especially when some of them are just you know what I mean? Some of the people that talk shit, bro, they ain't much better skilled than you in the ring. You know what I mean? That's an honest thing. It's like, man, what? No mirrors in your house, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But man, look, you seem to take it in your strides though, bro. What can you really say about it? You know what I mean? It can make you a stronger person by sort of going, I can go through it and bounce back.
Well, that's my plan at the moment. Anything that gets set on social media, to my face or whatever, doesn't matter. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Get stronger in the ring, get stronger in the gym. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll use it as energy at the moment.
Do you feel like, for FWA, it would be a good opportunity for you to sort of wrestle less and plan more for the business? Like look at actually booking and sort of investing more of your time into that level of it than the in-ring side of things for FWA?
Um, no, I want to keep doing both because I feel like I can bring a lot. I can bring a lot to the company outside of it and inside of it. I feel I can.
Mm. Where, what in what way do you think you can bring a lot inside the ring?
I feel like everything that I've done in my career. I feel like I can in FDOA I can feel I can prove like it's good for me like in the ring wise and just help my career a lot more. Show
Sure.
people that I belong in this business. Which I feel I've done in like every match I've had with with like Brooksy, JXT, with internationals like PJ Black and Hurricane. I feel like I've done that. And I've shown I belong in this business, and I want to keep doing that going forward as well with other wrestlers.
Do you feel like, and probably the one of the things I've seen and heard the most is when for most of your shows you do go over. And I feel like that's one thing that people always want to bring up or want to always mention. Is that intentional? Is that your thing? Like where you're like, you want to be the hero, you want to win, you know what I mean? Like, is that why? Is that a case or is it just coincidental?
No. If I look, if put this way, if I've lost to Brooksy, JXT, all those guys,
Mm.
I wouldn't be at the top right now. Like that wouldn't be happening right now. I would hold title nothing. Like I would make sure I stay at the bottom, get my back up.
Yeah,
Because I'm going over all the time. I feel I deserve it. Like everything I've done is business. I feel like I feel like I haven't given the opportunity to face all these guys. Because I have promotions that feel like, oh no, they feel like it's a risk. It's a risk. Give me a match against JSC and another promotion or a match against international. No, another promotion. They feel like it might be a risk with me. I feel like no, it's not a risk. Give me the chance. Let me show you what I can do. I feel like FDOA is the only place I can do that.
sure. But going back, like to what I was saying, is like people always mention, you're always going over on your shows. Booking yourself to go over, is that an intentional thing, or is that just something that is a happenstance?
Also happenstance, pretty much.
Right, right. When when you wrestle the internationals and you know you, you're going over them, do you feel that is a way that could actually harm their like? It's almost
Oh
like you're
no,
bringing these people out and then sort of harming the value of them.
no. I actually have look before I even say like I'm gonna go against you. I make sure it's okay with them. If they say no, I want you to go with me. No problems. I understand. That's why even over the Hurricane, for example, he said I asked him, can I kick out a choke slam? And he said, no way, no problems. How can we counter it so I don't kick out of it? The crucifix pin, done, no worries. So if they got a problem like losing to me or whatnot, it's like the problems. I'll make you win. No problems. I'm cool with that. I want to show respect.
So that's not overly
I want to show.
important.
I want to show respect to them. Make sure they're okay with it. If they're not okay with it,
Yeah.
no problems. That's fine with me. I respect that.
Have you ever had someone go, "Nah, I'm not prepared to do that"?
Mm, no, not at all. No, none. I made sure, like I've always asked wrestlers that. Make sure, like you're okay with this. And majority of the time, it's like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like that's the the most questioned thing really. That I've heard is like, oh, 5 years going to show, oh yeah, he's going to put himself over. Yeah, and it's like, well, you know what I mean? I look at it as like it's wrestling. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
it's fucking wrestling. It's doesn't necessarily have to be bigger than Ben Hur or like a big sort of song and dance about it though. So, I mean, when you are booking though, like, would you book someone that you have had problems with in the past? Would you book someone like a Keegan on an FWA? Would you book someone that you may have had said some not nice things about you, but could make you money?
Yes, I would. One being Will Keatis. I've had many problems in the past, but what he's doing at the moment, he's impressed me. He really has, and I feel like if I brought him back, I wouldn't have a problem with him. Yeah, I might not like him that much, but what he's doing at the moment, I feel that could bring a lot of eyes and ears to FDWA. So Will Keatis, I would definitely book. If you don't have a problem with him, I'll still book him.
What was the problem with Keatis? What happened there?
When he first started working on FDWA with him and Brad Alexander, they had some problems at first. Like they weren't like I was going to get the tab belts, the first tab champions at FDWA.
Yeah.
Now they weren't that good in the ring. They weren't getting over with the fans. I was like, sure, we got to give you guys belts. Like they're not going to the fans, not And like Jax Jordan and Joe I were getting over the fans. So when I saw that, I thought, okay, they're getting over the fans. I'm getting the belts instead. Now Brad and Taz didn't like it that much. They did off the title. I did want to get the title first. Saying, look, I say I was getting the belts first, but these guys are getting over more than you guys. Let's build a story with it. Let's give it a story. When you have a little rivalry to the guys, and see the fans, change their minds about you. Then we'll, start getting belts a little later on. They didn't like that. They didn't like that idea of that. They got a little shitty about it and whatnot. You know what? You don't like that idea of it? There's a door. Simple as that. I was gonna put all your shit.
Yeah. So what happened after that? Like, I mean, that doesn't sound like a reason to have a falling out. That's more of like, hey, we didn't agree with creative.
We didn't talk. Me and Will Kiss didn't talk at all for like a while.
Were you close with him before that?
I won't say close, but we're good. Like we both train at APOG, so we're good. Like kind of good mates, like a little bit, but not like full on. Mm. But we didn't after that. We didn't talk at all. Like there was nothing.
So there was no like back and forth on social media or sort of calling each other out. It's just like dead radio silence on each end.
Pretty much.
Have you spoken since?
Not since the pandemic. Actually, no, we haven't spoken for a long time.
Right. So this happened just before the pandemic, obviously, right?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that if you can go and do business with someone, even if you don't like them, if there's money to be made, it's the right way to do it. Is there anyone else that you'd want to bring in?
No, just probably him at the moment. Nothing. Just probably him. Yeah.
No, fair enough, man. Well, look, man, we've been going for a little while, man. I do want to sort of start to wrap this up, but man, where can everyone find tickets? You do have some shows coming up, I believe, in May.
May.
What can you tell people about these shows? Where can they get tickets, and what's the cards look like?
So the tickets it's actually available now on Moshsticks. Just there's no card announced or anything like that at the moment. Just tickets are still available at the moment. You can buy tickets if you want. Or you can wait to show you because now it's up to you. But it's on Moshsticks and card wise, I am bringing out maybe 3 internationals for both shows. I won't say who they are yet. Give it a little surprise. Yeah.
Fair enough, man. Where can people find you guys on social media?
So we got my account's on Facebook. 5-Star Flash, obviously, on Instagram as well. So in FDWA, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah.
Fair enough, man. Well, look, thank you very much for coming on the podcast, man. I appreciate you jumping on a Sunday afternoon. But guys, till next time, True Story, greatest podcast in the world. We'll see you again soon. Make sure you tune in Thursday nights for True Story Thursdays every single week, 9 p.m. And also True Story interviews on Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Till next time, take care. All the best. Peace.